give it a go.
What's her husband's name again? That famous
Chris
bloke?
Martin, yes.
Yeah, he's in a band. Does he like cup of soup? Do we know anything about
Of course,
him?
everyone knows Chris Martin likes a cup of soup. Well, are you mad? Well, he has all the flavours written on the back of his hand.
Didn't Chris Martin say a while back, on the back of one of his album sleeves, it said, for every album that we make, we're going to plant a tree, sort of all the paper that we've wasted making this CD. And I just thought to myself, can't you just cut out the middleman? Just stop making CDs.
Does he say when every album they make, they plant a tree? I mean, they make an album once every 1 or 2 years. That's been about 4 trees. My dad plants more trees than that, and he hasn't released an album in years.
So do you think Gwyneth is likely to have said this?
Yeah, I probably think
I
so.
think it's true.
Yeah, I'm with you,
I sort of
Leslie.
can hear her American. I mean, they call their daughter Apple. They're quite sort of healthy people.
Well, bachelors claim that there are no additives in cup of soup.
That's the company that makes it, not just unmarried men. Unmarried men who rely on cup of soup for their whole diet say, it's actually, there's no additives. Like, it's bloody healthy, actually. Knocks back the loneliness if you put whiskey in it.
Maybe you could give us some kind of conclusion as to whether you think this is true or not. This way
I
and
don't
that.
think it's true. Do you think it's true?
No, I don't think
I don't think so.
We think it's a lie.
They're saying it's a lie. Lee.
I think it's true.
It's true?
Yeah.
Leslie?
I think it's true.
OK. True.
All saying it's true. It is true. Absolutely right. Gwyneth Paltrow would rather die than let her child eat cup of soup. In fact, any child of Gwyneth's is more likely to be named cup of soup than served it. The next round goes by the curiously abridged title of This Is My, in which David's team all claim to have a close association with tonight's special guest person. The task for Lee's team, should they choose to accept it, is to identify which of them is for real. So please welcome this week's special guest person, Jill. Now, David, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Jill.
Yes, this is Jill, the hypnotherapist who cured me of my fear of balloons.
OK. Myleene, what's Jill to you?
This is my good friend Jill, and she has fitted Camilla Parker Bowles' underwear.
And finally, Jason, your relationship with Jill?
This is Jill. She's the air hostess who saved my life when I choked on a peanut once.
So there you are. A balloon therapist, if we believe David, an underwear fitter to the Royals, if we believe Myleene, or a life-saving air hostess, according to Jason.
What is the thing about a balloon which is so frightening?
Well, I'm a bit better about it now.
Thank God you're able to talk about it.
Thank you.
Is it the fact that they might go bang in your face?
I'm trying to share here, and
Yeah.
you know, the thing that scares me about balloons
Yes.
is essentially that they might pop.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's not an irrational fear if it's a hot air balloon, is it?
No. But frankly, if I had a phobia about hot air balloons, I would have managed to limp through life. If you... There's not much... Oh, it's terrible, because I get to work by hot air balloon as well. I'm just screaming the whole time. I can't, you know, I have to put the radio on. No. It's, you know, everyday party balloons have since I was very young, scared the shit out of me because they might pop.
So did you go to parties as a kid and cry?
Yes. Yeah. And then I wouldn't go to parties as a kid, and my parties there were no balloons.
And I want to know about the peanut in the throat and the possible Heimlich. I mean, how were you saved?
Heimlich, yeah.
Oh, you've helped him out there, haven't you?
Does she look strong enough?
The Heimlich, it's not about strength and power. It's about the actual positioning of the actual right down the diaphragm.
Oh, you're a doctor as well now?
Yeah. All right, tell me which flight you were on.
I was flying Manchester to Gatwick, and I sat near the front. I sat near the front for that extra bit of leg room, and luckily the woman's actually sat opposite you, right? God bless her, right? And as I was sort of eating these peanuts, one of them just lodged just right in my throat, and just quick as a flash, bang, Jill was up.
Don't say bang in front of David. Scare the life out of him.
What's your association with Camilla Parker's Bowles' gusset manufacturer.
She's my friend, and that's who she fits. I've got no association with Camilla, but
She doesn't
this
fit
is my
your
friend Jill.
corsets, necessarily.
Has done.
Is this a common thing, having underwear fitters? Do you have an underwear fitter, Leslie?
I do, actually. They're here now.
No, you're lying.
Little Jimmy Cranky's down there working his arse off.
They actually sort of make to order. They go around and fit you up and...
I think knickers are quite regular, but every woman, as you know, goes up and down in their underwear, and so...
Sorry?
So I need to press you for an answer here, Lee. Is this person David's balloon shrink, Myleene's regal basque fitter, or Jason's selfless stewardess?
I think it's a stewardess. Although I think he's a barefaced liar, I just think he's telling the truth on this.
I don't believe Jason has ever allowed anything to be stuck halfway before it gets down here.
I think...
He's not an idiot, he's from the north, and those peanuts are free.
Yeah.
I love the balloon thing, because it's just so sweet.
I like the sweetness of it, yes.
OK, you are the team captain, Lee. You have to make a decision of some sort.
All right, then. I'm going to go with Leslie, then, and say that, bizarrely, the balloon story just might be in a crazy sort of way.
OK, you're opting for David's balloon shrink. Jill, perhaps you'd like to tell us who you really are?
I'm Jill Kenton. I'm Myleene Klass's friend, and I do fit Camilla.
Yes, indeed. Jill is Myleene's purveyor of pants to the royals. Well done, and thank you for coming, Jill Kenton. Yes, Jill has fitted Camilla Parker Bowles' underwear. Now she's in the royal family, of course. Camilla has to be rather more frugal. When she gets bored with her lacy underwear, it's handed down to Prince Edward. And so to telly tales around in which classic TV shows of yesteryear are resurrected for our viewing pleasure. And Lee's team then intrigue us with an additional related fact this week. Our specialist area is Saturday morning children's TV, a world where men's knitwear plummeted new depths and disaster was always just a haircut away. So Lee is up with his fact loosely related to these well-known pop critics.
That's Pepsi and Shirley and Heartache. Mrs. Thatcher, what about you?
I didn't think it sounded like Heartache at all. I thought the nearest it got to Heartache was that almost ballet bit, you know, with several people standing up in the background moving. That was the nearest to Heartache. Otherwise, it was thump, thump, thump. I accept very professional, but nothing like Heartache. Yes, yes, good voices, professional production, but not quite what I would expect of Heartache. I would say three.
Three for you. Yes. Would you dance to it?
No, I wouldn't, because there was no melody. There certainly was rhythm. You could do a movement to it. You could do a movement to any rhythm. You could do a movement to a drum without having any song. But there was no melody and no Heartache.
Pepsi and Shirley not quite cutting it for Mrs. Thatcher there. She was always more of a Guns N' Roses fan. Anyway, Lee, what is your related fact to that clip?
Did you know that Mike Reid often does a musical turn at the Tory party conference? And last year, it was a 10-minute political rap.
You notice how the whole mood has dropped since we saw a clip of Margaret Thatcher? Nobody wants to live anymore. Oh, yeah, I remember that bitch.
Yeah.
So what bit of the Tory... Is this like the main assembly bit?
Yes.
After the Shadow Chancellor's done his speech?
Yeah,
now, as usual, what you're all here for, Mike Reid's 10-minute rap.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that Tories are a bit stuffy and boring, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're stuffy and boring, but they're not, you know, complete morons.
I think it's true, because the Tory party are so out of sync with reality that that's the sort of thing that they might go, Mike Reid's very popular, isn't he? What about Mike Reid?
It all makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think they could be that out of sync with reality and still know where Parliament is.
No, I don't think it's true.
I just don't think it's true.
Well, I'm prepared to go with that. You're the captain.
We think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, OK. Let's find out if you're right, Lee.
It actually is true. It's a very hard way to do this.
I'm sorry. How are they ever going to get back into office? Aren't they trying? Is it match fixing? You know, is someone bribing them to be terrible at politics? Mike Reid, 10 minutes, rapping. What the f*** is that? Democracy in this country for